Hey, Mono Community, it's Jason. It is Saturday evening, Memorial Day weekend. Just been crazy busy lately, last couple months. But today, this is the first weekend where I got like nothing going on. Just been chilling all day, watching movies, listening to records, eating, going out for breakfast. Just super relaxing, drinking beers. Yeah, listening to music, as I already said once, I'll say it again. So yeah, what better time than now, right? And today is also a big day. Well, my mother-in-law came back from Brazil yesterday, so today she gave me the records that I have been accumulating for the last 6 months or so. So that was super exciting. I got a lot of good stuff today. She bought me some beer from my dear sweet, what do you call her? I guess my aunt on my wife's side. But they know I like beer, so Anaíma, I have no idea how you say this, but a beer from Brazil, craft brew. Brazil's doing some good stuff lately, beer-wise, so, and music-wise, which we will talk about later, but, so yeah, super excited to get that, and I just got it today. I thought maybe I should save for a special occasion, but what's better special than now, you know? Hanging out in the VC, and I met some good friends in the VC recently, just dealing, not in the VC, just dealing with records, and it's been amazing, so, yeah, super stoked, so cheers on that. Good times, special times. Wow, that's amazing. That's really good. Yeah, so let's start it off. Let's kick it off. I got a lot of records. I don't know, maybe at least 30. So I'm gonna now I'm making videos. I need to get them, I guess, documented. I don't even know, like just out on the VC so I can just put them away. I feel like so. Anyways, what we're listening to, Jards Macale. This just came from Brazil today. I got a sweet deal on this. Well, the record's not in here, so the record is playing. There was a fat sticker right here, and I think that's why it was pretty cheap, but I took it off. Can't even tell what was there, so really excited. This was a huge one. I mean, I have a repress, but I've never had the original, and this is one of my favorite Brazilian records of all time. I mean, there's a lot of good Brazilian records, but I feel like they either have like fuzz guitar or just something going on. This is just like 3 guys in a studio. I don't even know. It sounds like they just did all 8 songs in a row, bam, bam, willy-nilly. Just, yeah, super raw. Amazing songwriting, melodies, guitar playing, drumming, bass. 3 dudes just killing it. Yeah, so in that respect, this thing is amazing. Jards Macale, this is his first LP, highly recommended. One of my favorite LPs of all time. Brazilian LPs. So super stoked to get that. So I'm gonna go flip through. I mentioned last time I got a collection, and the reason I've been super busy lately is, I was landscaping my front yard because it was my wife's birthday. We were hosting a baby shower, so I want to get that all finished. But also the weekend after was my friend had an art show, and I was selling and spinning records, so I was trying to clean records so I could sell them. So it was like every night I was in here like 4 or 5 nights a week just cleaning records. I probably cleaned like at least 250, 300 records. Yeah, so just been nuts. But these are the ones that I have from that collection I set aside. I'm gonna go real quick. A lot of stuff that everybody knows, and some of it I didn't even give a full listen because I'm just trying to get through records as quick as possible. Yeah, so I mentioned last time the guy had tons of Miles Davis, so I got a lot of Miles Davis records here. Yeah, so let's jump right into it. Miles Davis, 7 Steps to Heaven. I really enjoyed this one. I think this is the original. Most of these is going to be original or like really, really second presses. Yeah, so super stoked to get that. Add to the Miles collection. Miles Davis, Sketches in Spain. This is one I really wanted before I bought that collection. And so, yeah, super psyched to get this. Original on 6i Columbia. Most of these are mono. I believe this one's stereo. Yeah, this is super clean. It's got some weird stuff on the cover, but it sounds great. So excited about that one. This was a surprise. I didn't know this Miles Davis record. Miles Davis jazz track. This is the original soundtrack for Frantic. Original on 6 Eyes. Super stoked to get that. Miles Davis and Monk. I did have this actually, but I had the repress. So this is the original on 2i Columbia. So pumped to get that. I love Thelonious. Actually, he's one of my favorites. One of my favorite jazz guys for sure. Miles Davis, Round Midnight, classic, 6 Eye. I mean, this one is in decent condition, definitely playable. Not as like super minty fresh as those. Keep your mouth clean, kind of minty fresh, but still sounds great. So classic. Probably wasn't my favorite, but I mean, like I said, I this is Miles and Miles. Even though I prefer like 70s stuff, all of it has that kind of tone that you just like, so good, you know. So yeah, I figured I'll keep it and listen to it later. If I don't like it, I can sell it later. But this one I did enjoy. Milestones, Miles Davis, 6 Eye in Columbia. This one was awesome. I don't know what it was about this one. I can't even remember. It's been like at least a month since I've listened to these. I only listened to them once, but this one was great. Digging with the Miles Davis Sextet. I believe this is on Prestige, but I believe this is a repress. I think the original was under Sonny Rollins as a headliner, maybe 4 or 5 years before this. But yeah, anyways, super clean, 59-ish, I don't know, early, sounds amazing. Working with the Miles Davis Quintet. This has Coltrane on it as well, Philly Joe Jones. This was, the classic quintet. Yes, I think there was a few of these. Well, I did have Kind of Blue. I might have been one more with Coltrane on as well. But yeah, this is great. Super stoked. And this, I believe, I don't know if this is the original or not, but early Prestige, Firework. So some non-Miles Davis and that stuff that collection I bought that I really enjoyed. This is Gil Evans Orchestra, Out of the Cool. So yeah, this was, I don't know what it was about that one. I just really liked it. I can't remember. It's been like a month or so. Oscar Brown Jr. I just listened to this the other day on Atlantic. This one was awesome, super funky. Yeah, just a great record. Another Oscar Brown Jr. This one actually has Savuka, which is a Brazilian like instrumentalist guitarist. He plays accordion. I've actually wanted this record for a while. And it's just super cheap. You can find this for like less than $5, easy. If you see it, grab it for sure. So yeah, really excited just to find this record I wanted, but nothing I probably could have bought online. I probably should have, but yeah, I got a really clean copy in that collection, so it all works out in the end, right? Billie Holiday, All or Nothing on Verve. I believe this is the repress, maybe a couple years after, but. Yeah, this is good. I enjoyed this. My wife's a huge Billie Holiday fan, and it's good if you're, trying to get romantic dinner or something. It kind of works, This is Don Sleet, All Members. I don't know. This got some good players. Jimmy Heath, Ron Carter's on her, Jimmy Cobb. I don't remember what it was about this. I listened to it over a month ago, and I remember listening like, this is why I like it, and I was like, this is how I'm gonna explain why I like it. But I can't remember what it was. So something about it was really good. And then this is the original on Jazzland. So stoked to get that one. Donald Byrd, Up Up Up. This is on Verve. Some good players on here too. Herbie Hancock. I love Donald Byrd. It's hard to get rid of a Donald Byrd record. Jimmy Heath also on this one. Kenny Burrell, which I love. So super stoked to get that one. Ornette Coleman. This is my first Ornette Coleman record. This is Ornette, I think is the name of the album. This is not the original, but it's pretty early repress, maybe a couple years after. I don't know. I didn't like this at first, but the second time I really enjoyed it. I was gardening or digging holes for plants. I don't remember, but something about it was really just so good. He reminds me of Thiago França, who's a guy from Brazil, plays sax, flute, all that stuff. I don't know, had a similar tone, style of music, maybe. I mean, obviously Ornette was came before Tiago, so maybe he's kind of biting a little bit of the sound, but just it sounded very similar to me. But yeah, this was great. Definitely a little bit freer, so you kind of have to be in that mood. But sometimes you're in the mood for that, and this is the perfect record to play. So I'm glad I have this. Add this to the free jazz collection. Bob Darin, Commitment. Usually goes by Bobby. I've seen his stuff around. It's usually, kind of in those older, like Rick Nelson kind of like collections. But this one was completely different. This is like so bluesy. This is on Commitment. This is really highly recommend this. I would do a needle drop, but this video is going to be extremely long as it is. So that was a huge surprise. Charles Mingus Dynasty, 6i. This is cool. I liked it. I don't remember. It's been a while. I think this is 2 different groups on here, like 2 separate. I don't know. It's good. I can't even call it that. I just liked it. Thelonious Monk. I do really like Thelonious Monk. He's one of my favorites. This is Riverside 5x5 on Riverside 5x5. I believe this is the original press. If not, super early. And I don't know, something about Thelonious Monk. Just the way he plays. I wish I had more of his stuff, and I do have some of his older records, but they're very beat up. So it was nice to get these because they've played really well. They're clean. But something about him, just I don't know what it is. I think he's my favorite piano player for sure. And this is another Thelonious record in San Francisco. This is not the original, but it's a pretty close. A couple years after. And this sounds amazing, so really excited to get these 2. I was like, yeah. Once I saw there was a couple Thelonious records, I had to buy the collection. So that's the collection I bought. Still shuffling through, but I think I have most of the big hitters out there. So next I'll move on to the stuff I actually got today from Brazil. My mother-in-law brought to me with the beer, of course, and the Jards Macale. So awesome. Speaking of which, I have another Jards Macale. This is Sol Morto, Burning Night. This is, the original because they never repressed it, but this is his first EP. This is from a couple years before that. Really excited to get this. This is amazing. This music is, it looks like he's at a party. I don't know. So good. I mean, kind of like psychedelic. Just, it's great. So yeah, I got a sweet deal on this because the guy said it was didn't sound that great, but I cleaned it and it definitely helped a lot. The cover needs a little work, so, and I'm probably gonna clean it again, but man, this thing's a rarity. I'm so happy to have that. So I got some new records as well. I did get the first 3 Sale records, so I don't even know what this one's called. Sale maybe? Sale Vagarosa and Sale in Bloom? No, Caravana Serea Bloom. So these are our first 3 records. The first 2 were just repressed. They were on CD only, and this one was on vinyl, but like super limited, so really expensive. So these are our first 3. Amazing. If you don't know, Sale is like Brazilian, younger. Obviously, she's like beautiful, has an amazing voice, like kind of samba pop, a little electronic kind of reggae. Yeah, there's a Bob Marley cover on one of these. So really excited to get these. So good. The last one from the stuff I just got today. This is Ava Rocha, and this is her new album, Trança, 2018. This came out, and if you just Google like best records 2018 from Brazil, this shows up on pretty much every list, top 5. This is good. It's a lot more. It's more samba than like Seo for sure, but it's got like avant-garde. it's like Samba Sujo, which is, you know, the scene coming out of Sao Paulo, and it has a lot of those guys on here. So yeah, this is really good. I mean, Ava Rocha, I don't have to explain it, but yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend that one. I was looking forward to getting that. That was the first one I bought from the stack. I had to have that one. So I mentioned earlier, hanging out with people, met some people through records, and I met a guy not too far, a Brazilian guy, and he had a pretty big Brazilian collection. So he let me come over. I was probably one of the best things I ever had, and he's spinning records. We're just talking, you know, hanging out, chilling. Talking about music. I just kept playing all kinds of stuff I never heard, stuff I really liked. And his collection was amazing. He had so many stuff I wanted, you know, like 20 records that he just wouldn't sell me. So it was, but he actually just hit me up, and he's moving and he needs to get rid of his record. So I will do him the pleasure of taking him off his hands. So next time I do a video, I'm gonna have a lot of Brazilian records, really good Brazilian records. I never thought I would own. But these are some of the ones that he let me kind of buy the first time. So this is Franco Xavier. This was a huge want list. This is the original on Odeon. And yeah, I mean, this is like samba soul. I don't know. This is really good. Super clean. This record was super clean. Highly recommend this. It's a light, fun record, but it's samba. It's just got some good riffs and soul and good melodies. Good beat, good groove. So yeah, that was. I mean, I've been kind of looking for this one. So to find that locally for pretty cheap was incredible. Next one I got was this is Milton Nascimento, Ubi Esquina, Lo Borges is on here, Nelson Angelo, a couple other big players. This is, I mean, classic as Brazilian records as you can find. I mean, this record I always liked. It wasn't like on the top of my want list, so I never was like seeking it out. But I mean, of course, I see it for pretty cheap locally. I'm just gonna buy it. And this is on Odeon. This is not the first press, but it's still from '72. So it's still the kind of that first run, just a second label, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's super clean. I cleaned it. It sounds great. Really, really happy to get this. One of my good friends was so jealous. So a couple other non-Brazilian records I got from him. He had some jazz, he had soul, he had all kinds of stuff. So this is Miles Davis, Bitches Brew, and this was on the first year. It's a repress, but it's the first year that they were pressing, 72. I don't remember when this came out. 72, 73, I don't know. But yeah, dude, this is so good. I had a copy of this. This is probably one of the first records I bought when I was collecting. On Discogs it said good. I didn't really know what record grading. I didn't really understand it, or I didn't know it. So I'm like, cool, super cheap. Buy the cheapest one. Good, yeah, it's great, good. It sounds good to me. And it sounded terrible. I couldn't even listen to it. It was so scratchy. But this thing's amazing. It sounds amazing. So I got this from my Brazilian friend. And this is the last one I got from him. I mean, I got a few more. I'm still cleaning them. But this is Aretha Franklin, Soul Sister. This is on CBS. This is actually a Brazilian press, which is really, really crazy. So, super stoked to get that. Actually, I got a couple more. I totally forgot to bring them out. But I got a Josina de Valencia. And let me flick them. I can't remember the name of that one. Meu violão es primero plano, something like that. Like my guitar is my first plan, something like that. And I also got this third Os Mutantes record, but it was a repress. But still, it was amazing. So I have those inside. But so another collection I bought. It was kind of a guy. He just sells stuff out of his garage, so it was random. But he had a nice little stack of records, and I couldn't pass him up. So he had like he had some Floyd and Neil Young and Beatles and just stuff that was kind of pretty easy to sell. But he had a couple, stuff I never had. So this is I kept a couple of them. But this is the Midniters Giants. I think this is their third album. This is on Whittier. He did have the first three. The first one was beat. The second one was good, but didn't quite enjoy it as much as this one. So Yeah, this is great. So I kept that one. And another one that I also got out of the collection was Love for Sale. This is their 5th album, I think, and I have the first 3. And I did have this one at one point, and I sold it. I don't know why, but I did. I mean, I don't think it was the cleanest. And I don't know. I was in a purge mode at the time, so I always regretted selling it. So it was nice to get a clean copy. So yeah, now I have that one. So some other now it's just random stuff I got online. This is Arlo Parks. This is on Turntable Kitchen. Turntable Kitchen does a subscription where they give you like a recipe with some ingredients, and then they'll also include a 45. So you can do, a yearly subscription where you get one every month, or you can do like a 3-month, or you can pick whatever you want. I kind of cheat, and I go for the music, So I see what's in the monthly package, and I really enjoy this. Arlo Parks. She only has like 4 songs on Spotify, and these are 3 of them, and this is their first stuff on vinyl, but it kind of sounds like Glass Animals, but it's very laid back indie soul. She almost sings like really lazy, but it's great. So yeah, super psyched to get that one. This is Local Natives, one of my favorite bands, at least, that are kind of still in their prime at this point in time. This is their 4th album, Violet Street. I've been waiting for this one for a while. They've been kind of teasing it. I do like everything they do. I mean, I have all their albums. The music's really good. The drumming's driving, and they have 2 lead singers, and I think 2 other the guys, so 4 I think total sing. So it's very full, the sound. I don't know, it's just different. I like their music a lot. The melodies are a little different. Even though the last couple albums, this one too, they kind of shifted more to sounds more, a little more, I don't want to call it mainstream, because some of the bands they sound like aren't like popular, but it's just a very common sound, I guess, for me at least, in my world. But it's still good. I mean, the songwriting's always there. It's always amazing. There's the drummer, when they let him loose, he's dope. He crushes it. So some good beats. Yeah, super psyched to get this one. Finally they put out something. Finally came out with an album. This was a Mother's Day gift to my wife, Amy Winehouse. Back in Black. I teased her I was getting this for Mother's Day, and she was super excited, so I kind of had to pull the trigger. But yeah, I mean, this album's great. I can't complain. She loves it. So. Win-win, right? This is Tom Zé, Estudando o Samba, and this is a repress on Mr. Bongo. I usually don't buy represses, but this album original is super pricey, and my grandpa gave me an Amazon gift card, so what other better thing to spend it on than vinyl records, right? So, got that bad boy. This is Kadjha Bonet. This is their first album, The Visitor. I do have this album already, but this is the first press on Headcount, and it has a different beat. The B-side of the album is completely different songs. And there's a couple tracks that I really liked. The first 2 I kind of really liked when I heard her was This Love and Remember the Rain, which are only on this press, so I had to buy this. And it was skyrocketing, but someone put it on for something that was more of what I was looking for, so I had to pull the trigger on that. Next, classic, Curtis Mayfield, Superfly. I've wanted this forever since I've been collecting records, I'm pretty sure. I had a couple near misses where I've seen it and just in someone else's hands, I guess. Yeah, they got there before I did, and so I never got the chance to get this, but found this at the flea market across the street for $5. It was a little bit I won't call it beat, but it's got some scuffing, but it actually sounds really good. So super excited. Finally. This is Gilberto Gil Fazendo. Oh no, sorry, Fazendo and Fazenda. And this is one of the last Gilberto Gil records I want. I think there's one more that I'm still kind of looking after, but it wasn't on the top of the list. This one I never pulled the trigger because it's it's one of his cheaper albums. I mean, it's still $20, $25, $30 to find, but so I went to a Brazilian like pop-up vinyl sale in LA, and he had some amazing records, but most of it was really expensive. But this, I mean, when you're talking like $100 record and you bump it up 50%, you're talking $150. It's about $50, but if you know, I'm talking about a $20 record and you pump it up a little bit, it's not that much. So this is a reasonable price, super clean. You know, I don't have to ship it from Brazil, so that's always a plus. And this record's really good. I mean, this is top 5 Gilberto Gil. I mean, he's got all the good records, so my top 5. Man, this is my favorite Jards Macale song. So the chorus is in English. Let's play that. So this was a huge one. Marlena Shaw, Spice of Life. This is probably one of the best soul records I've ever heard, I think. I don't know, I got a good deal on it. It was sold to me as VG Plus. It is not VG Plus, but it's close. It's a solid VG, so it plays good. So I was tempted to send it back, but then once I kept listening to music, I just realized how much I really want this on vinyl. So, I mean, I paid a bit, but not for what it's graded as. I still got a decent deal. So, it's a promo. I don't know. But yeah, if you never heard Marlena Shaw's Spice of Life, dude, listen to this. This is incredible. Woman of the Ghetto, Where Can I Go? Is just blows my mind. And I know California Girl, I think, on the other side. I know Tone, if you're watching. I know you're jealous. So good. This is another big one. This is Dr. John, Babylon. I want to say it's his second or third. He did like 3 or 4 albums in like 2 years. But yeah, I really enjoy this. The first one I bought recently as well, maybe 6 months ago. This is Gree I Gree, and that one's pretty crazy. But this one's a little bit more in like straight ahead psychedelic. It's not even psychedelic, but it's kind of that jazz psych. But it sounds a little more normal than I guess Gree I Gree. I don't know the other way to explain it, but it's really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Let's see, I got a couple more here. This is Herbie Hancock, Crossings, and I bought this on eBay. I got a super sweet deal, but I don't know. Like I said, I've been busy lately, and I did not do enough research. This is not the original; it's the repress. The original is on the green Warner, and if I would have known, I wouldn't have been on it. But I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants there for a little bit, so. Still sounds great, it's clean. So if I ever find an original, definitely, for a good price, definitely gonna pull the trigger, but can't go wrong with Herbie Hancock Crossings. I'm still looking for my Wandishi, and I missed out today on eBay, actually. I forgot. I'm so lazy today, I didn't even bid on a record. It's pretty lazy. So last one is Wild Belle. This is their new album, Everyone One of a Kind. And this came out this year, and we just saw them 2 weeks ago. Really good. Wild Belle's like indie reggae. Their latest album, she's doing a lot of like kind of hip hop almost. electronic, a little jazzy. It's a brother-sister. The sister sings, the brother plays like keyboard, sax, so that's why you get the jazzy sound, but there's also, 3 other people in the band. But my wife actually, she got to meet the lead singer, she signed it for her, so she was really excited. Yeah, we saw a small little place in LA, so that was amazing to get to see these guys. Everyone was like blown away. It was so fun. And I love their first album. It was incredible. This one's pretty good too. It's been growing on me. But just nice to get it signed. My wife was ecstatic for the next 3 or 4 days. It was last Friday, so it just wore off a few days ago. But yeah, Natalie, if you're listening, appreciate. Anyways, so yeah, I still got a ton of records to clean. And like I said, I'm buying that collection hopefully in the next few weeks. So I'm going to have some just unbelievable records. But at least I can finally file these away. And I almost drank the Brazilian beer. So, yes. Thanks for watching. And, yeah, hope to talk to you guys soon.